Hello folks, today is Friday, August 20th, 2021. As usual, my name is Jake Baldito, here to talk about all the video game news that has been going on this week. And finally, after a little bit of a dry spell, we got a week full of crazy news. So let's just jump in first with a really stupid story I just wanted to share with you guys. We're getting Skyrim again. Yes, Bethesda is releasing Skyrim one last time. This time around, we're getting Skyrim 10th Anniversary Edition, and it's going to be a new release for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. These next-gen versions are going to have a lot of the Bethesda Creation Club stuff, more little bells and whistles here and there, improved graphics and frame rates and all that. They added a fishing mechanic, woohoo! Also just 10 years of content that they've been putting out. It's all going to be in here. There's also going to be ways to upgrade if you already own like the last edition on PS4 and stuff like that. You're still going to be able to get a next generation upgrade, like an update the traditional way. This is just a new bundling, a new package yet again. And we thought it was kind of funny to point out because now this marks 3 generations of consoles they've been selling Skyrim. So let's take PlayStation, for example. PS3, PS4, now PS5, and Xbox the same way. That's crazy. The only other game really to do that like that and consistently just make tons of money is Grand Theft Auto. 2 games where we're just anxiously awaiting the next one, and we're going to be waiting probably a really long time. So will you pay $65 US to go fishing in Skyrim? Let me know in the comments. In other news, we absolutely have to highlight the newest trailer for Black Myth Wukong. Now, for those of you that don't know, we've been posting about this a lot here and there. A lot of gaming news sites have picked up this pretty exciting, more smaller indie style game from a Chinese studio that isn't really so indie when you look at this game. I mean, hot damn. So this newest trailer is 12 minutes long and it's filled with cutscenes and actual gameplay, which is nice to see, with a HUD, full combat, all that, and the game looks downright incredible. It's now on Unreal Engine 5, and graphically, it's insane. You see some really impressive snow deformation. It looks like, for the most part, they're taking advantage of a lot of the stuff, the new tech that Unreal Engine has to offer, like look at the rocks and the environment and stuff like that. Not to mention the fact that also, it's just worth pointing out, the game looks fun. The most important thing, some of the boss battles we saw, including him bitch slapping a dragon with a staff, fighting a crazy monkey man, and just lots of big shots here and there. It's really, really impressive stuff, and we're hoping... Oh, my phone, no. And we're just really hoping at this point that this one shakes out to be worth our time and really amounts to what it looks like. In other news, in case you missed it, our ongoing sequence, Brendan Watch. This week, it's been revealed that Brendan Fraser plays a Nintendo Switch, which is awesome. I love that dude. Thank you for The Mummy, Encino Man, George of the Jungle, Looney Tunes back in action. More recent things like Doom Patrol. Brendan Fraser, if you watch gameranx, you definitely don't, but if you do, definitely come on and give me your top 5 favorite Switch games of all time. But in some other news, some news to look forward to next week. It's going to be Gamescom opening night live. So Gamescom is going to be going down, and the first night is usually now a new tradition, kicked off by a big presentation from Jeff Keighley, usually with a couple of little bits of news and updates about some games. And what is being teased right now is a reboot of sorts for Saints Row. Seemingly a new Saints Row game. The language around it is rebooting. We don't know for sure, but this is a thing. A little birdie told me this has been in the works for quite some time. I'm actually really excited to see what they do, since they always do crazy stuff with the Saints Row games. Now that they have a ton of money and they've had a ton of time, I wonder what else they could have cooked up at this point. Honestly, I want to see like how far can they go from Grand Theft Auto, where they first started with their humble beginnings. That's what I'm looking forward to, but hopefully we'll get a substantial look next week. Hey, next up, this episode is brought to you by our longtime sponsor, ExpressVPN. Now, we talk about how we're online all the time, whether you're gaming or just work, life, living your life. So it's important to be secure with a VPN, but it can also be fun. Now, using a VPN is good for online security, but it's great for any unencrypted network like public Wi-Fi at a coffee shop, or maybe you're staying at a hotel or a library. It's good to help prevent your logins being stolen or any personal information being exposed. Lately, though, I've been using it to access Netflix in different regions, basically unlocking a whole bunch of new content to watch. Sometimes Netflix in UK and Canada just get better movies more quickly, so I always try to take advantage. So you get this as an added bonus along with that extra layer of security, because ExpressVPN uses the highest standards of encryption available, masking your IP and giving you some anonymity. The best part about ExpressVPN is that it's nice and simple and super easy to set up, and it makes for a really great gift, especially for people who aren't even computer savvy. So if you want to check it out, and it does help the show, find out how you can get 3 months free by going to expressvpn.com/gameranx or clicking the link in the description down below to check it out. That's expressvpn.com/gameranx, and thanks to ExpressVPN for sponsoring our videos. And we talked about it leaking and being teased last week, but now officially Call of Duty Vanguard has been revealed. It's releasing this year, November 5th, and it's on all the major consoles, and it's going to have single player, multiplayer, zombies, all that stuff. There's going to be a Warzone map and Warzone stuff. And judging from the trailer, it seems like a World War II Call of Duty, but it's actually a little bit interesting when you dive into at least the campaign details. This is actually more of a post-World War II story. It's right after the fall of Hitler and seemingly the end of the war, and you are playing as Russian people, British soldiers, Australian soldiers, American soldiers in the pursuit, seemingly of Hitler's successor, but a fictional one, not the actual real one that never really ended up being anything. This is like some new thing. I wonder how far into like fake alternate history it's gonna go. At this point, like I said last week, not too much to say about Call of Duty until it comes out. I really just like to play the campaigns, and that's about it these days. But the trailer had this really cool Russian sniper lady. I want her to assassinate me. Now, also, in case you missed it, a really exciting new announcement this week is Quake is back. The original Quake is remastered and nice and sharp and super smooth and fast and available on PC, on Steam, and all the major consoles right now. It seems so far like it's pretty awesome. It gives you all the expansions as well as a new expansion made by Machine Games, which is pretty cool. Some redone music, full online multiplayer support, as well as split screen multiplayer, and there's crossplay, which like, that's not a selling point for a game like this. Like, good luck if you're playing against someone on PC. But I think this is very cool. I'm very much a fan of these types of games from that time period. So I know a lot of us out there are sick of remasters and remakes and re-releases, and we want something new. But I will say, in this case, a lot of people haven't been exposed to the original Quake, and this is a nice new opportunity for some people to have that and check that out. Personally, I haven't touched it yet, but I'm hoping to jump into it next weekend. I'm working on a bunch of games, secret games, for before you buy videos right now, but yeah. So if you are playing right now, if you did jump in when it released, I want to know what you think. Whether you're an old school fan or you're just somebody who's never played it at all, I want to hear from you. Next up, we got some trailers and some interesting things, all linked down below in case you missed them throughout the week. The first is a new trailer for Pokemon Arceus. How do you say it? This trailer shows a lot more gameplay. We get to see combat, we get to see exploration, we get to see mounts, we get to see battling and catching Pokemon. And as much as people are dunking on the graphics, on the other side, I'm just excited to see something different here. It seems very much different than what the Pokemon Company has done. In my personal opinion, I'm hoping like once we dive deep, you can see that. Does it look like the most thrilling thing in the world? Not yet, but I think when I'm in my hands, hopefully I'll have some fun with it. Sticking with Nintendo stuff, we also have a new trailer that kind of silently dropped for Metroid Dread. It's a little bit of a different trailer, but if you're as excited as we are for that game, check it out. Also, as you guys probably know, I like to link long-form articles and things you should read. There is good video game journalism out there. You just need to know how to look for it. I'll sniff it out for you. We talk about video games so much, we should be well-read on them, right? This article is actually really interesting. It dives into some game developers or really game artists and some of their insight into developing in-game tattoos and some of the thought that goes into some of the cooler tattoos on some of your favorite video game characters. It's an interesting read, so I dropped that down there for you. But also, we gotta talk about the trailer for the new Fortnite mode, Fortnite Impostors, which is seemingly pretty much just Fortnite doing Among Us, which has a lot of people saying, hey, Epic, you're going after Apple for, like, you know, keeping the little guys down, and then you have someone like Epic basically rip off Among Us, a more indie game. Now, this has happened a million times before, not even just with Epic. I like new spins on ideas, you know, if they can come up with something new for it. Among Us didn't totally invent that concept anyway, but if Among Us ends up being better than this new mode from Fortnite, then Among Us wins, at least in my head. If you can't tell, though, I have no dog in this race. I don't really care, but I want to hear what you guys think in the comments. If you have been playing Among Us like crazy for years now, or if you've been playing Fortnite like crazy for years now, where do you stand? But the coolest thing I want to show you this week, of all the things linked in the description, is this sick-ass mod for Bloodborne in first person. And boy, oh boy, does it look wild. Now, this video, which the whole thing will be linked down there, it shows pretty much everything. It shows exploration, it shows environments, it shows combat, and all the different angles of combat. And while you can see a little jank here and there, like some of the cracks between the seams, this is really, really impressive. I always say this though, but man, like when people really love video games and they have some passion and they have some talent, the sky is the limit. Also, let's end on a happy note. Something I definitely want to share with you guys. Our friend of the show, Steven Spawn, he's a Twitch streamer. He's an internet personality. He also works with Able Gamers. He's one of the heads in charge there. You know, the charity that raises money for disabled gamers and just developing technology and the tools to help everybody play games. Well, last year he turned 40 and he started this big, crazy milestone fundraiser to raise $1 million. And within that year, he did it. He just hit it. He raised $1 million for able gamers and disabled gamers with the help of the whole entire gaming industry. Twitch streamers, YouTubers, developers, everybody. And that's awesome. You know, people dunk on games, but we always show up when it comes to supporting good causes. A couple of news outlets covered it, so I'll link one down in the description below. I'd say if you want to share it with somebody just to kind of put a little positivity out there, I'd highly recommend that. Yay, video games. But I definitely think that's a good time to wrap this up. So I want to hear from you guys down in the comments, everything that's been going on this week, from Black Myth Wukong gameplay. Does it look too good to be true? Also, are you going to be buying Skyrim again? Don't. Do not. What are you doing?
I'm totally gonna.
Don't. No, you're not.
No.
I'm gonna ban you. Is there anything in particular that we linked in the description that like really caught your eye? Definitely let us know. We want to hear from you about anything gaming this week, including what you're playing. We'll be down there in the comments as much as possible. Things get a little crazy though, so if you want to yell at me directly, find me on Twitter and Instagram at Jake Baldino, as well as youtube.com/Jake Baldino, where I just kind of make videos about the Matrix now. But if you had a good time with us here and appreciate getting caught up on the news of the week, all you got to do is click the like button. It helps us out. We would really appreciate it. But I'm Jake Baldino. Thanks for being here, guys. Pizza's on me.